Andy Hondo. Welcome to the Bookaholic Podcast.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, yes. And you have brought me today three delightful stories that are read aloud approved about you and your adventures with your Rhodesian Ridgeback koa.
Yes.
Yes, and I'm before we talk about these delightful books, first of
Mhm.
all, how did you and Koa meet?
Sure. So I actually got Koa about 7 years ago. I was looking for a running partner, and Rhodesian Ridgebacks are a top 5 long distance runners. And so that's why I
Oh,
chose Rhodesian Ridgeback. And so I originally got Koa because I wanted to go running. We run in Central Park every morning about anywhere from 5 to 12 miles a day. And that's originally why I got him.
oh wow. Okay, so tell me about running with a dog. I don't run and I don't have a dog, but I would like to have a dog. So what do you keep you hold the leash and he trots in rhythm with you?
Yeah, so I have two different types of running. One, I did train Koa on leash to go running, and he would always be on my side. So originally, what I wanted to do was do marathons with him in New York
Okay.
City. And here he comes to say hi.
Okay, let's see Koa.
Ah,
Hi, Koa.
oh, come say hi. Come say
Hi, Koa.
hi.
Hi. Oh my gosh, he is totally cute. Look at his beautiful face.
He always comes to say
Ah,
hi at least once. He knows we're talking about him.
I know. Hi, Koa. Hi, Koa. Do you hear me over here calling your name?
Yeah, so
I
I
love
originally go ahead.
I love looking at dogs on YouTube.
They do the most silliest things, right?
They do great things. They're so smart and so adorable. I haven't
They
found
are.
one that's not adorable and smart.
So yes, so originally I got him to do marathons together. And
Yes.
in New York City, they have events where you can actually run with your dogs for marathons, and then they have weigh
Oh,
stations that if they lose enough weight within the run that you have to stop, because if they lose that much weight, body weight, it's considered water weight and it's unhealthy. Like, it's going to be unhealthy or even fatal to the dog. So that it's a specific
oh,
type of running
wow.
and event, and that's originally what I wanted to do with him. I guess fortunately, unfortunately, depends how
Wow.
you look at it. We ended up changing some
Right.
priorities, and I ended up just running on a day to day with him. He loves running, so that's how
Oh my
originally
goodness.
that's how I had it, that he was going to run next to me. But additionally, in Central Park before 9 a.m. is off leash hours, so dogs can just run around just being free. And that's actually how we normally run. He has
Oh,
great recall. He has great listening skills.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
he usually comes back anytime. He's never too far from me, but it's a great place where we can run, yet he also gets socialization.
Right. Right. Okay. Okay. Now, let me go back to you got him about you said 7 years ago.
Yes.
Now, why did you select a Rhodesian Ridgeback? Was
Yeah.
it because of the long distance running?
So that was one of the reasons. Because I live in New York City, I needed a dog who could withstand some of the loud noises of the city, who could adapt to that. I wanted
Right.
one who was they're very intelligent dogs. They're also as long as you exercise them well, they're really
Mhm.
just, all they do is sleep all day, or at least mine does. And they're intelligent, they're lovable. The one thing that they do say about Rhodesian Ridgebacks is that they they have strong opinions. So if they want to do something, they're more likely they're going to do it, no matter what you say. So that's one of the reasons why I had to have a great training with him. What I needed
Right.
was for the first year, I spent a year of training. So we had a shared language so we could communicate. Because if he wanted to go somewhere, he would just take me with him. He's literally my size. Like when he stands on
Yes.
his legs, he's as tall as me. We weigh
Yeah.
about the same
Mhm.
weight. So, but no. So
Twinning.
we so yeah, so he's extremely lovable. Um, but
Yeah,
one of
I can see that.
but one of the great things
Definitely.
about Koa, and this is just his personality, is that his superpower is empathy. And so yeah, so about 5 years ago, I was chatting with a friend, and she had mentioned that Ko would be a great therapy dog. And
Okay,
so
yes.
I actually made him a therapy dog. And so we actually volunteered together as well. And that's just special
Oh,
about Koa and not
wow.
necessarily Ridgebacks.
Oh, wow. Okay, so he went to therapy school
Mhm. Yes.
and he what who does he provide therapy to? Is it children?
Yeah, so he can provide it to everyone. He
Okay.
loves kids, and that's why we volunteer at a children's hospital and a school with kids with special needs.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
That's wonderful. So what actually does Koa as a therapy dog do? I mean, does he
Yes.
just have to show up?
um, yes and no. So basically, we wherever we go, he provides a comfort and love. He a therapy dog has a certain temperament. They are calm and steady. They are unbothered by loud sounds and movements. They are empathetic. They sense people's emotions and adjust accordingly. They're
Mhm.
tolerant to the touch and the unpredictability of people. And they're very friendly, but not overexcitable. So they approach
Yes.
people softly rather than just jumping in. And so when he
Yes.
shows up somewhere, he comes and he almost evaluates the situation and changes his response accordingly. One of the where we volunteer for the school with kids with special needs. One of the times we went, a teacher had mentioned that the kids had a little bit more energy that morning, but when Koa
Mm,
showed up, he just changed the atmosphere immediately, and there was a shift. He brought this sense of calm that everyone could feel, and the kids had needed. That visit really reminded me why we do this work. It's that small moment that
yes.
really makes a difference.
Yes, absolutely. That is a lovely thing, and it's making me think I need a therapy dog.
Don't we all?
I definitely probably need a therapy dog. Wow, that's amazing. I love that. Now, so I know you love your Koa. I know you
Mhm,
do, as many pet parents do. But
mhm.
what made you want to write these children's books
Yeah, so I
with
actually
Koa in you?
Yeah, this wasn't my intention.
Okay.
Initially, I was thinking of writing a children's book about medicine and diseases,
Yeah.
to use my background in medicine, topics that I wish I understood better when I was younger. But that story never quite came to life. And so when I let all my expectations go and I just put pen to paper, this story came about, and I loved it for a few reasons. It was inspired by our daily adventures in New York City. My passion is always to educate through everyday adventures, and this was a way to bring that learning to life that could spark curiosity by blending those fun facts and storytelling. I
Yes.
wanted to really capture those small moments, and so because of that, that's kind of sort of how these stories came to be.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I will tell you. So I read
Mhm.
Koa's Bryant Park Scavenger Hunt,
Mhm.
and this is a lovely story. Bryant Park, and I thought about this morning, and I was like, you know what? Bryant Park is actually my favorite spot,
Ooh, tell
in New
me.
York. I
Okay.
love it. I love it. And I fell in love with it because at first I encountered it during the holiday season.
Right.
So, and we, when my sons, who are now grown men, were younger, we would go pretty much when they were younger, we would go to New York City for Christmas every year. My husband
Right.
is from New York. And
Okay.
so we'd see the tree and, we'd
Mhm.
get on trains and we'd walk up the street. I think this is up the street from Grand Central Station, correct? You walk straight up the street and then
It's
you see
just
the library and then you
it's
go
just
behind the
west.
library, Bryant Park, right?
Mhm.
From my
It's
memory.
west,
Okay,
but
yeah. And I love that little walk. I mean, because it's so
mhm.
much iconic New York right there. And it's
Right.
not it's not
I mean, Grand
far.
Central
You
itself,
know,
right?
yeah, the whole icons. And so, but they had Bryant Park set up as like a
Mhm.
holiday festival spot.
Mhm.
And it was always so wonderful and unique. All the, vendors there,
Mhm.
the artisans there. They've had skating rinks there, and it's just lovely. It's just lovely. So I was really into KOA'S Bryant Park scavenger hunt, totally into that. And it's just a lovely, lovely book. And I
Thank you.
also love the illustrations. The illustrator is Mel Schroeder, I think you said.
Yes. Yes.
And they're just lovely. I mean, it makes you love you and Koa even more. And you look like a little girl. You look like a little girl here, but it's just adorable. And I mean, I've seen this scene a million times.
Mhm.
And so
Yes.
now you go on to explain that you show all these iconic New York spots. You talk
Mhm.
about the Christmas tree, you talk about the Rockettes. So why, this is your world, Central Park Zoo also here.
Uh-huh.
This is your world and KOA's world, but how do you think this will affect children that maybe don't live in New York and maybe not see these iconic places?
Yeah, so this series is really my love letter to New York City. So it celebrates its energy, its history, and it's really its heart. And this is a way of sharing that wonder and magic of the city to children's everywhere. If you
Yeah,
don't live in New York City, maybe it's telling your parents, "Hey, let's go visit." But
absolutely,
it's really
absolutely.
sharing that history with everyone and getting people curious.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And I know a lot of people have, a lot of different fears for whatever reason. They still
Mhm.
have like fears of New York if they've never gone there, but New York definitely is a magical place in some spots. It definitely is. I agree with you
Yes.
100%.
And if people
Now, what
haven't
else are
ever
you doing? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. You said what?
I was just gonna say, and if people who are kids who haven't actually visited the for New York City at all, this is a great way to start learning about New York City. Research has
Absolutely.
actually shown that kids can learn through that curiosity and that connection
Yeah.
through real life adventures, um,
Yes.
through those fun facts that spark that curiosity.
Absolutely. And so where are you and Koa headed next?
Oh, that is the question of the day. I haven't started writing the next book yet, but I mean, New York City has endless stories to tell,
It does.
and
Absolutely.
we haven't even gone to even Brooklyn or um, we could go almost. I mean, we haven't even done the big things like Times Square or the Statue of Liberty. So there's so many places we could go. There
Okay.
is some. So in our books, there's really a lot of fun facts. And so one of
Yeah.
the a fun fact that I continuously see almost every year on the date of the Brooklyn Bridge when it was made. It was made in
Yeah.
like built. I should say built in 1883. They had built the Brooklyn Bridge, and to prove that it was safe enough for cars and humans to walk across, they
Mhm.
had 22 elephants walk across the Brooklyn Bridge. Now, I have a lot of questions on that. So, how do you get 22 elephants here? Why was our metrics elephants back then? I have a lot of questions, and I've never actually stopped to research the reasons why. So I almost
Oh,
want to put the Brooklyn Bridge into my next story so I could have time to do
yes.
the research.
Yes, I love that. I love that. And I will say, and I think this is right, the Brooklyn Bridge, it was also profiled in the Gilded Age. I believe a woman engineered the Brooklyn Bridge. She
Oh,
and her husband, and yeah, check that out. Make
oh, yeah.
sure
See,
I'm
so
correct.
many things we need to learn.
Yes, she and her husband, I think, were both engineers or something like that. He fell ill and could
Oh,
not continue, and his wife had to take over. The reason why I'm saying all that is
uh-huh.
because at that time, women were not taking over building of bridges.
Right,
So
right.
that's a little known fact for women and women's history that
Ooh,
maybe you
I
can
love
also
that.
tie in with the elephants crossing the bridge. But
Yeah,
check that out. That's what
I will.
and I
Oh,
do look it up myself. So yes, check that
all
out.
right.
But yeah,
It's
I
the
am
term
looking
Brooklyn
for
Bridge
myself.
next book.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's confirmed. We're gonna confirm it.
We don't know where we're going, but Brooklyn Bridge is part of it.
Right. That's right. Well, like I said, my husband's from New York
Mhm.
and he's from the Bronx. And
Okay.
so I can't get to Brooklyn because of the beef between Bronx and Brooklyn. I can't get there.
Yes.
I can't
Yes.
visit. I can't visit
Leave
Brooklyn.
your
So
husband at
please,
home and visit Brooklyn. Brooklyn has
I've
Brook.
got to visit Brooklyn. I mean, because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of neighborhoods that I see, hear about and read about, and
Mhm.
there's the Junior's cheesecake is in Brooklyn, and so I'm like, come on now, but you know
There's
how
got to be
these
like 20 pizza spots that are famous in Brooklyn.
got to
There's
be.
there's there's too much not to go. Leave your husband at home.
You're right. I'll do that next, and I'll just hang out with you and Koa, and we'll just
Exactly.
go around. Well, Andy, thank you so much for bringing your delightful books to us today. And they're called KOA'S. The overview is KOA'S Rough Life, which really is not. He does not have a rough life. He has an excellent life, but he has a rough RUFF life. That is true. Andy, thank you so much for joining the Bookaholic Podcast today. And whenever you have another adventure story, please let us know.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, thank you.